Okay, my name's Lane Hayden, and this is my 370Z 2018. I bought this new in 2018. It's been a perfect car so far, but as you can see, the stripes have really degraded with the sun. I'm trying to get the camera up here really close so you can see it. See if I can adjust the focus here a little bit. There we go. You really see the crazing on the vinyl. So what I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to try to buff this and see if I can buff these out. I'm not going to sand them perfect first. I'm just going to try to see if I can run the buffer over it and get that to come out. It won't last, but it might make it look good for a while, and you can see how compound will work on this. I'm going to use 3M 06070 compound. You'll find that it works pretty much from rough surfaces right to the finish. Okay, I set up my camera as best I can. I know you're not going to be able to see the surface as good as we would like, but you can see what I'm going to do with the buffer. I'm going to start up here and try to. Boy, that's really hot. It's like 100 here. We're in Fresno, so I'm not going to put this right on the surface. It's hot, and this has chemicals in it, and it could leave a mark. So I'll put it on the pad. You don't want to drag the cord over this whole thing. You can move it around a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it's cleaning it up. I'm not going to be talking while I'm doing this. You can't hear me anyway. Okay, notice how I just keep going over the same spot over and over. You just don't want to go so much that you burn it by using up the compound and then buffing it dry. Now when you see it blowing dust off the pad, you know you're getting too dry. Okay, but let me wipe that off so we can take a look at it. I'll just use a little of this cleaner on here just to mop it off. Okay, I can still see some over here, but most of it's buffed down really well. It's good to do a little bit more buffing. mean, it's really hot here. I'll talk about the buffer later. I'm using like the only one I know that really works good, and they're still really heavy. I'm also going to go over all the technical stuff and towards the end here, telling you about the compound and what you can do with it. Okay, I'm going to disconnect the camera and I'll show you up close what this looks like. Okay, let me see if I can get this really close. I think you can see it. I'm trying to look at it through the viewer here to see if it's really picking up what the surface looks like. Let me see if I can get this really focused on the lines. As you can see, that's pretty much buffed it out 100%. I don't think it'll last because the sun ate it up already. Now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to put some sealant on this, the ones that have UV protectors in them, so maybe the sun won't eat it up as bad the next time around. Okay, we're going to go ahead and buff this now. And so what we want to do is we're going to use this compound. We're going to put it on the pad instead of on the surface. These compounds have chemicals in them to help them cut the surface. If you put it on the surface, you might end up with a ring on the surface, especially on a hot day. It's better to just not do that. If you do it, make sure you smear it around when you first put it down. So you can kind of, I know the light's a little bad, but it was like 104 yesterday. So I'm doing a little earlier in the morning. Anyway, here we go. Okay, we're going to put more compound on it before it starts blowing dust off the pad. And if you notice, I have a towel up here over my wipers and my windshield. I don't have to detail that. Okay. That's starting to look pretty good. Now you might ask yourself, what made me think we could buff plastic stripes? Well, I was in the auto body business for 25 years, and then I became the instructor, the tenured instructor at Fresno City College for 7 years, teaching applied technologies and auto collision repair. So I had a good idea that you might be able to buff this out. I also have a good idea that it might not last. However, now that they have these new ceramic coatings and silicone coatings that have UV protectors in them, I'm thinking I might get 6 months, a year out of these before they have to be either restriped or replaced. What I'm probably going to do is let it go for the period of time that it'll go, and then I think what I'll do is use some knifeless tape and recover it with a new piece of vinyl. It's a little bit right there I need to do. Just for your information, this stuff's $60 a quart, so it's really expensive. However, it does go a long ways. I use this detailer to get the rest of it off. This is just Meguiar's quick detail. Now, my friend Ken has some of this high-tech sealant that when I showed him what I was doing, he said when I'm done, come by and he'll apply it for me. So we'll be doing that sometime in the near future. And it looks like I need a little bit more buffing there. You can tell that you can really buff these stripes or even paint. The compound doesn't actually take anything off. It just kind of swirls it around. We call it burnishing. Now you notice I keep putting the cord over my shoulder so I don't burnish the surface with the cord. And yes, this is hard work. I'll give you a closer look with the camera here in a little bit so you can just see how well this came out. Okay, pulled my car out into the sun. Hopefully you might be able to see the stripes a little better. See if we can, okay, here we are. We can kind of, we're getting a little flash off the sun, but you might see that you can still see the crazing. It came back in like 2 days. So what I'm going to ultimately do is go ahead and replace the striping. But as you can see, buffing does work. It just might not hold. Okay, see you at the next video.